Have you ever faced that challenge where you found very potential client, you know you can help them, you send a message to them, you approach them by maybe email, LinkedIn or WhatsApp, and they never reply to you? This is one of the most common problems we face during the sales process or lead generation activity. I can say that 100% of the people who are doing those activities, once in their lifetime, at least one time, they face that the client ghosts them or never reply to them. Today, I will share with you how I am approaching lead generation, what I am doing to increase conversion, to get more client reply, and actually to close more deals. So let's get into it. Hello everyone, my name is Adam Skoneczny and you are watching Go Global Asia podcast. After many years helping IT companies scale and sell their services to foreign markets, I have created this podcast to share with you what actually works. This is the podcast for professionals who want to learn about the sales, global expansion and international collaborations. Hello everyone. So today you see I have my computer with me. I have my notebook and today we will get really practical. And why I want to approach this episode in this way? Because the problem we will be talking about today, it's really significant problem. It's one of the biggest problem that is happening in the sales process. Guys, if you can fix this issue, your numbers, your results will increase significantly. And what issue I'm talking about? It's a lead generation and first connection with the client. The main problem is here when we outreach to those people, they don't reply. That's it. And if we can get them to start reply, then we can actually start getting some conversation. We can show them what we are really offering, what problem we're solving, and then convert them to the meeting and finally to the client. And this will be the purpose of this session today. I will share with you how you can improve the initial conversion in the lead generation stage so you can get actually more clients. So guys, let me start. Before I start, I would like to ask you for the big favor. Actually, last episode, that 99% people who watched that episode, they are not subscriber of this channel. Guys, if you are interested in this kind of content, if you are IT leader and you want to grow in this industry, please subscribe and like this episode. This will mean more to me and give me more motivation to create more episodes that will help you to grow your business. So guys, the big question, how we can get the people to start replying our messages? If you are following this podcast and if you watch my previous episode, you probably already know I am big about the preparation. So actually doing some specific activities before we start doing the outreach, before we start doing the main activity. For the lead generation, for the drafting the message, it's completely the same. The preparation is the key. And number one preparation you need to consider about before drafting any message, you need to think about who is the client, what they truly need, and what problem you solve. Let me get a little bit deeper into three of those. Who is the client? If you don't know who is the client, how can you know what to sell to them? How can you know what to tell to them? How can you know what channel you can choose that is suitable with this prospect to get your message in front of his eyes? It's nearly impossible. So step number one, ICP, ideal client profile. Who is your perfect client? Second thing, what they truly need. So guys, I brought today my computer. The reason why I have it here, because I have a very specific exercise that I do with my clients to discover the needs of our potential prospect. Let me show you that exercise. So when we're thinking about our clients, when we have already ICP, we can put it into many different groups. So we can have a startup, we can have a SMEs, we can have a corporate, we can have a partner. There is hundreds of different type of the client we can work with. But what we are doing is actually we going a little bit deeper. We considering who is the subtype of the client. For example, if we think about startup, we will see that startup can be funded with IT and can be funded without IT. So if you consider about these two different prospects, different clients, they will have a different needs. Have a look. In our sheet here, we can see that this funder with a IT, his need is additional tech expert. And maybe let me stop here for a second. What's that mean, funder with IT? Funder with IT, it's mean funder who has a tech background, who can code and who can write some, build a part of application by himself. So his needs could be additional tech experts. So imagine he is very good backend developer. He might need somebody who can do the front end. Imagine that he is very good with a specific technology, but he is very bad, let's say, in cloud migration or DevOps. He needs somebody who can help him out with that. And then if you look into the funder without IT, so what's that mean? Funder without IT is basically business person who want to create some software to solve some specific problem. And his needs will be completely different because he needs some expert CTO level to help him understand about the technology. He needs a full team because he has no experience. He doesn't know how to scope the project. He doesn't know any of this, so he will need a full team. He will need a consultation and explaining about the project journey, that there is the proof of concept at the beginning, so on and so forth. You can see even this is the startup, it's the same type of the client, but if you go deeper and you see subtypes of the client, their needs will be different. And guys, this is the exercise we're doing with our clients, and I highly recommend you, if you know who is your client, go deeper. What is the subtype of your client? And then list out their needs. And the last element, what they really looking for? Actually, what is their main problem? When you look at the needs, what we were just considering, needs, it's very low motivation element. So this is the motivation element that client know I need this, and we know the client need this, and we try to offer it to client. If you approach this way, it's actually your chance to convince the client to move to the next step. It's very low. Why? Because everybody probably offering him the same thing. What we need to do, we need to go a little bit deeper. What is the real problem that he trying to solve? And actually, guys, what we are doing, or what I am teaching the companies that I work with, it's something what I call problem exercise. And what I want to do to give you very practical understanding of this, how to do it, I will jump back to my computer and show it to you. So guys, now I will quickly show you something what I call problem exercise. First thing what I will do, I will write down on the very top who is the client, okay? So I have a startup funded without IT experience. Then I will draw one arrow down and then I will look back to our needs. And the needs was he need CTO or high level experts who can help him to design everything. This is just need, but what is the actual problem that he is trying to solve? So the problem he is trying to solve is lack of understanding how to build technology. So what I am doing here, I am writing this down, lacked how to build, maybe not how to build the technology, but how to build software. Let's say like that. So this is his problem that he is trying to solve. He doesn't understand how to build the software. Now, what I do when I have this problem, I need to go a little bit deeper. So I draw in another arrow and then I ask myself what this problem leads to. If he has no understanding how to build this software and he will proceed with this challenging task by himself, what this kind of approach can cause? Actually, if you think about that, it can cause that he will unsuccessfully develop the product that either might be not useful or the people might not use it or might not like it, or maybe UI UX might not be fit. So actually the main concern here it will be that the product might not be useful. All right. And now I can go actually deeper. I can ask myself what this will lead to. Okay. If I ask myself if the product is not useful and what it will lead to, it's probably we will get to the place that the business will be unsuccessful. There will be no client. There will be no revenue generated. But the main point about this exercise, guys, I want you to start looking at the needs from the problem perspective. So actually take the needs and turn them into the problem. So the last thing what you need to do is actually figure out how you can introduce those problems to the client. Obviously, you cannot tell them because they will not believe you or they will feel like you are a little bit arrogant. So what you need to do, you need to ask him right question so they can actually answer this to themselves. So when we have our problem exercise, next to the problem, write down the question you're going to ask the client that will allow him to answer this to himself and understand that he has this challenge. So guys, now let's move to the last element of preparation. Our last element of preparation is find a case study in our organization that will show clearly how we solve the problems that we just recently discovered. When you have all of those elements in place, now you can finally start drafting the message. And what could be the example of the message? When you outreach to the person, first of all, you need to make sure that you tell them that you know who are they, you know what they are doing, and you actually specifically reaching out to them. So, for example, hi John, I noticed that you are working in the e-commerce industry in the Germany. The reason why I'm texting you is because for last 10 years I've been helping German companies focusing on e-commerce solve XYZ problem. I am doing this by providing ABC solution. John, would you like me to share with you some specific case study to show you how we help similar companies to yours in German e-commerce industry? Question mark. If you build your message in this way, I guarantee you that you will get much more reply. I guarantee you that the client will feel alignment between you and them, and client will have a feeling that you designed this message specifically for them. As you see, that could be generic message for this very specific ICP. But when the client receives this message, they will feel that you actually did this specially for them. And this will be the key for you. Last but not least, you see the call to action is I ask them if they want to see the case study. The reason why I do it because I want them to take small step and engage with me more and more. If I ask them to take big step like go to the meeting, they usually will be reluctant. So what you need to do, you need to step by step engage with client more and more. So guys, that's it for this episode. As you see, everything is about the preparation. If you prepare right, if you draft your ICP, their needs, the problem exercise, the problem question, the case study, then you have a very high chance that the prospect will start actually communicating with you. The prospect will move to the meeting and then you will be able to show them your value proposition, and then you can show them how you can solve their main issue and win that deal. Guys, if you want my company to help you with this task, to help you draft the message, to help you figure out what is the problem, what is the need, and who is your client, just go to our website, book free consultation. We will assign right consultant to you to discuss about your unique needs, and then if we will find the fit between us, we will help you to do all of those activities. Thank you so much and see you again.